One of the most powerful aspects of Great Leaps Digital is the ability to oversee your instructors to ensure that they are implementing the program with fidelity. In this video, I'm going to show you essentially how to use the data to review your instructor's work with the students and correct any common issues that we see come up. First, and the most basic thing to look at is if a student is getting in enough sessions or not. Great Leaps requires 3 to 5 sessions per week to be implemented with fidelity and get the growth that we expect to see. If a student has not received at least 3 sessions in the previous week, you'll notice this red exclamation point next to their name on the records list there. You can also, when reviewing a student's data, quickly see which weeks they did not meet that 3 or more sessions requirement for fidelity. Additionally, when you go into the student summary, you'll be able to see at a glance their average sessions per week. Keep in mind this could be affected by the student getting sick or extended vacations, so we still recommend reviewing their performance charts to see how frequently they're not meeting that fidelity standard. The next tool we like to use to monitor fidelity is the raw data. Some common things that you'll see in Great Leaps could be 1. A student getting multiple attempts on the same exercise on the same day. A student should only have 1 attempt on an exercise in a given day, otherwise they're just pulling from their short-term memory. So that would show up if we were to see exercise 65 performed twice on May 10th, for example. Another common issue you might see is if a student is continued from one exercise to another before a goal is made. Now that would show up simply by seeing the exercise number jump from 3 to 4 to 5 without a single green line indicating a goal. Another thing to look out for is if a student's goals are always being met right at 60 seconds. Now this could be a couple of things, but what we want to avoid is the instructor allowing the student extra time to complete the exercise and then just giving them the goal. That's going to throw off our words per minute, and it's not truly an earned goal in that case. But, of course, it can happen frequently where a student just barely makes the goal and they're finishing right as the timer is going off. So it's not necessarily a problem, but if you see that, it's worth checking in on. And what's great is with the teacher's name listed, you can simply reach out to that instructor, look at the data with them, and try to get a better understanding of what might have happened in those circumstances. Lastly, it is impossible for an instructor to falsify data because it is time-stamped and dated with every single submission. When it comes down to it, the most important thing is also that your instructors are immediately correcting and then modeling with their students. If they're not doing these 2 things, you can't expect the student to improve. And that can only really be caught by observing your instructors implementing Great Leaps in person. So I hope you'll do that in addition to checking over the data from time to time to make sure that they're implementing Great Leaps with fidelity.